Welcome to the Aquatic Man channel. Hey guys, and welcome to the Aquatic Man channel, and today I have a very special video for you guys. But before we do that, you know what makes a video even better? Lighting. And you know what makes it even more better? More lighting. Alright, so without further ado, this is a collaboration with Geeky Goat Girl. Probably right now I'm showing her YouTube channel. It's really cool. We're doing a collaboration together on how to care for certain animals. So we'll probably have a playlist. We'll have a playlist that has collaboration videos between us about how to care for certain animals. And today I'm going to be showing you how to care specifically for bettas. So I have two bettas. One is Jack and one is Karen. So I'm gonna show you how to take care of them. It's pretty easy if you have the right materials. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so let's pretend we're walking into a PetSmart or a Petco, any kind of pet store, and you see these plastic little cups, and you're thinking that, ooh, I love those fish, let's take one home. And you don't buy a proper tank for them, you leave them in the cup. That will not subside, they will die. So general information, bettas can live 2 to 4 years average, and the most recorded age that they can live is 10 years. But once you walk into a pet store and you see your betta fish, you see them in these little cups, you have to first analyze them. Are they moving? Is the fin torn, or is the watercolor distilled, or any kind of defects that you can find in your betta's little hole. So make sure to look at your betta's environment before you choose one, because you don't want to choose a sick betta and have them die a couple days later. You want to choose a healthy betta, which they will live a full life. In this tank currently I have right now, which I haven't showed to any of my viewers, although I do have some live plants and bamboos to point out. But this is a 2.5 gallon tank, and 2.5 gallon is the bare minimum. You may see in some videos they say, ooh, 1 gallon is okay for a betta, or you can keep them in those little small cups. But as for any animal, bigger is better. So the bigger tank you have, the better it is for the betta, and the less stressful it will be. My other tank, which is the black one with all those plants you saw, is 5 gallons, which is probably the best size for them. But again, bigger is better. You can have a 10 or 20 gallon, 100 gallon. In fact, that's the best for them. So do not keep a betta in a bowl. It's terrible for the health, and it's way too small. It doesn't have a filter, a heater. So you need the basic necessities of keeping fish for keeping betta. So before you even buy a betta fish, you have to do some research on your own. And I urge you, if you want to buy any animals, a bearded dragon, a fish, a saltwater fish, any kind of animal, you have to do tremendous research. Because you go to a pet store and you see some clownfish, which is saltwater fish, and you don't do any research, and you put them in freshwater, they'll die immediately. So make sure to do your research, a lot of research, because pet stores like those PetSmart and Petco, they generally don't give you enough information for keeping fish. So I urge you to highly recommend you to do some research before you pick up your betta fish. So now we'll talk about if you can keep two bettas together. And you cannot keep two male bettas together. They will fight and fight and fight over territory, and soon one of them will die. So do not ever keep 2 or more male betta fish in the same tank. But with some more researching you do online, you'll find that you can keep 4 4 to 6, I don't know, have to do some more research on it, 4 to 6 female bettas in a larger tank, like a 15-gallon tank. You can keep them in there. It's called a beta sorority, which is actually really cool when you have a bunch of female betas together. They look really, really nice as an aquarium as a whole. So make sure to do your research and do not put 2 males together. So now we'll talk about decor. What can you put in your tank and what can you not? Well, first of all, you have to purchase a heater because the beta temperature is supposed to be around 78 to 82 Fahrenheit or 24 to 27 Celsius. All betas need heaters in case, for example, if you live in a cold country or live in a colder state, you have an aquarium below room temperature, you're going to need a heater. Now, if you're buying something like axolotls, which is a whole different story, you're going to need a freezer if you live in a hot country or a hot state, and freezers are expensive. They're like a couple of $100s for like this big of a freezer. So do your research. You're going to need a heater. Heaters are real cheap, and you're also going to need a filter. A filter filters out the bad chemicals, the waste they have. Just generally keep your tank clean. You have to clean your tank about every week or so to keep your beta happy and stress-free. For decorations, you're not going to want to have jagged rocks or fake plastic, hard plastic plants. That's going to be rough on their fins and it will break. That's why I'm using real plants, which they are actually smooth, or you can also buy silk plants, which are also smooth, which will not damage their fins. So yeah. So betas need plants, good quality plants to hide behind, sleep, etc, etc. So once you've got your tank, what are you gonna do next? I would not recommend getting tap water, the purified water, and dumping it in your tank, because that's not very good. There's minerals that might not be good for your beta fish. So you can get store-bought water, but if you want to go on the cheaper side, you can just use regular tap water, which is I use. You put in the tap water, and there are these conditioners, tap water conditioners, called, I actually don't know. You can get these tap water conditioners, stress coat. You can see makes tap water safe, because if you put the beta in regular tap water without this, then they could easily get stressed out and die. So once you put in the tap water, let it cycle through for an hour or so, and then you're going to want to add your beta fish. So they come in this little tiny cup. I would recommend you to put them in a larger container, and then slowly and carefully add your beta small container into the water. You want to acclimate them. So what that means is you want to have the tank and let it float on the water. So what this does is, if there was water in the cup, then it's going to have to adjust to its tank temperature, which should be 76 to 80 degrees. So once it adjusts, you can pour them in, and then they won't be very stressed out. Avoid netting beta as possible, as this can damage their delicate fins. If you need to like pick up a beta for tank cleaning reasons, use a small cup to scoop him or her up. Alright guys, so we're going to talk about diet for beta fish. So this is a nutritious treat for them. This is a bloodworm, and we also have here color enchanting beta pellets, which I have used this for all my beta's life, and it's still more than half of it. So that's pretty great. That goes for like a couple of dollars. It's awesome. And this is the Betta treat bloodworms. I'm currently using them for breeding, which I'll have future videos on once I come back to Hong Kong, which I'll probably make some vlogs upon in this channel, maybe. you want to feed your beta regularly. So what I do is I set up a routine for my feeding times. Maybe once in the morning, once at night. But what I do is maybe at 3 o'clock, I'll have most of their food. I'll just pour in a little bit, and whatever they can eat in 2 minutes. If they don't eat the rest, then scoop it out with a net, because that's just gonna create waste for them, and overfeeding is a real problem, and it can develop something as bladder disease, which is really bad for your beta. Now, that's about it for all you have to do to take care of your beta. Your beta will have an interesting and fun life. You'll have fun with your beta. Beta will recognize their owners when they associate them with food, and they will actually learn the faces and maybe even play simple games. They'll have tricks with you, and betas are very curious and will develop the really strong bond with you guys if you take care of them properly. Never tap on the glass of the tank. This stresses them out and they will go into shock and die. If you want to play with them, just simply rest your hand on the tank and see if they will follow them. There are more instructions on other videos. I'll probably make a video on that. But for now, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoy this video. And again, this is a collaboration with Geeky Goat Girl. I'll link her channel below and probably maybe in the annotations. I don't know. But go subscribe to her. She has amazing content just like my aquatic content. Maybe some mammal contents like goats and rabbits. Really cool. We're going to be starting a playlist, and this collaboration is going to be great. Have a great day, guys, and fish out. It's not fishing out. Alright, we're going to now talk about cleaning your beta's tank. So, if you have a 2.5 gallon tank, I wouldn't recommend using a siphon, because a 2.5 gallon is just way too small. If you have a 10, 5, 20 gallon, of course use a siphon, it'll be way easier. So what I do is, if you have a 2.5 gallon tank, I'll link some below that you can buy. If you do have that, go ahead and scoop it out with a cup and put it in a different container for a little bit temporary. Of course, use a filter or heater if you have an extra lying around in your new container. And to clean your beta fish, you're going to want to dump out the water. If it's a bigger tank, you have to have a siphon, and then it goes to a bucket, dump it out, and then fill it up with tap water, and add the dechlorinator, the water conditioner, and have the heater be at the right temperature. And you also want to occasionally, every few months, test your water, your pH levels. You can get a marine freshwater kit and stuff. I'll put all the equipment down in the description below so you can see.